Hi, my name is Valeria, and today I'm going to be talking about the Genome Project. So, I chose this topic specifically just because I love the dynamics of it. I love how it includes different workspaces such as biology, chemistry, engineering, and these great minds work together. They work together to really create change. And till this day, this project is still evolving, still creating change. As we know, science is evolving every day, every year, every moment. We acknowledge it, but we may not really, dig into it because science is not very the first thing we look into, in the news. But it's very important. When I looked into this project, I kind of was just like, no, it seems too complicated. But it's very fascinating once I kind of broke it down into pieces. It really wowed me, and I really love the idea that science really creates change in society. And I want to start out by saying, what is genome? I think we have to kind of break it through in order for you to understand. And genome is actually a cell that kind of determines if we're going to be having blue eyes, green eyes, freckles, etc. And if you manipulate the cell just enough, it could really create change. For example, it could treat diseases. One of the things that could be treatable for is diabetes. It could cure, and this is still under development. People, scientists are still looking into this, and you could see the change being created. I want to start by saying, how was this project developed? Well, it was under the influence of James Watson in 1989. So his goal was kind of to see where it would take us. This project, to see where it could potentially be. They didn't really have an ending point to it, just because, as we know, technology back then was very undeveloped. We didn't really have the requirements back then. And one of the main things that we needed for this project to be successful is sequencing. So sequencing is what was very used in this project. It's this computer that you input codes and it just decodes it in seconds. It's kind of like binary, but instead of 4 digits, it's 2 digits. So without it, I think this project would have failed. So until later on the years in this project, sequencing was developed and it really created change. I want to start out by saying this project was funded by Congress. It was about $3 billion, but they ended up using about 2.7 billion, which is great because it was under the budget. Now that we kind of have idea of what genomes is and who created it, I want to talk about one of the current things that are going on under the project of genomes, because the genome project is one thing, but there's so many things that are still being tested. For example, one of the things is genome editing. So genome editing is the DNA of human organism, and there's different labs that are working into it, such as the National Institution of Genomes, and also the Briggs labs. Everyone has different workspaces and works with different things. This project helps us understand the dynamics of it. And for example, one of the labs is working with zebrafishes. So these zebrafishes are used to kind of replicate the dynamics of the human organism. And this is important because it helps us understand the genomic basics of deafness. So that's what this project is being used for. In conclusion, I want to just say that science is evolving every day, and this project can be seen to the public. It's very important to know that science is very important, and you should look into it because it's something that revolves around biology, chemistry, engineering. And this project is yet to grow. It's a very long voyage, and I hope you found this interesting and you learned a little bit about it, because at the end of the day, the goal is still not yet done. There's still so much to be discovered, and this is just the beginning of it. So thank you for tuning in and joining for me. This was Valeria Pinedo.